Hello everyone, this is Bijan. I know that in the last video I mentioned that I'm going to make the videos 15 minutes, but I lied. This one is about 22 minutes, so sorry about that. I couldn't keep it at that level. I'm looking at it right now and deciding that I need to twist the torso. Instead of twisting it and then crack, I just go ahead and break it myself and do the reposing. What I needed to do was to twist the torso a little bit more to the left. This figure is balancing herself on the gluteus area and the top of the head, the right hand, and the left elbow. I'm moving everything now, trying to get it to where it's more closer to the model, and then go from there. All right, so I decided this is a good place, and I get this big screw, trying to fuse it together with the screw. I had some thick screws from outside, or fencing screws. I'm not sure, they're exterior screws. Put one in there, and that should have some support. And what I'm going to do is cut a groove where the two pieces are joining together. By doing that, I would have a bigger gap to apply the warm clay, so it would kind of fuse those two pieces together a little bit better. A little bit of warm clay. Oh, first I'm gonna heat up that crack to make the clay softer, so it can accept the warm clay that I'm gonna introduce in there. That would help a little bit. This clay is a number 2, which is supposed to be medium. I was thinking about getting a hard version of this clay. Now that I see that even the medium one is hard to work with, I don't think I'm gonna get the hard one ever. Here I'm adding some clay to the left scapula. The left arm is pushed back, so she can support herself. So therefore, the scapula is pushed toward the center near the vertebra. So I have to give that bulge. Over here, I'm adding some clay for the fold of the skin, because the body is twisted a little bit and arms are moved back, and there's a bit of compression there. So I need to indicate some folding of the skin and the fat and things like that. What they call it, subcutaneous fat. I guess under the skin there's some fat. I know when you put that clay over there, it looks kind of weird, like she's got a disease or something. But no, it's gonna be some folds. Adding a little clay to the gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. All right, here I'm double checking the overall shape of the pose or form, and deciding where I need to do modifications. That left arm cracked, of course, so I'm heating it up and adding some warm clay to fuse it together. While I was trying to repose it, it cracked. As you know about this clay, very unforgiving. On the other arm, I guess I cracked that one too. Here's I'm adding a screw into the deltoids to hold the arm in place. This poor woman is gonna have a lot of screws in her. She's got a screw loose. Well, more than one. Many. You'll find out that I keep poking her with more screws. I have no choice. I have to keep it together. Here I'm adding some clay for the muscles, the adductor muscles. Those are several muscles over there. Adductor minimus, adductor maximus, adductor magnus. There's several muscles over there that create that bulge between the legs. Those are the muscles that pull the legs toward the middle section. If when the leg is raised to the side, those muscles pull it back in. Adductors. I was saying about this video being a little bit longer. I meant to keep it at 15 minutes, but there was so much I needed to add in this upload that I decided, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do as much as I think is necessary to get to the right point. And sartorius muscle is right there. Adding some muscles to the rectus femoris. How do you say that? Rectus femoris. More muscles to the adductors on the left leg, left thigh. Left knee had some crack also. I added some clay to hold that together. I think I may have put a screw in there as well, which is not in the in this video. I don't remember seeing putting the screw in there, but I think there's a screw in there as well. I know it kind of looks weird with one leg working on it, but I keep have to add more muscles, so I want them to be left alone so I can add to it. Here I'm working on the deltoids on the left shoulder. The muscles were a little bit too heavy. I had to trim it down. The deltoids have three parts to them: the anterior, which is the front, and posterior, the back, and of course the medial, the middle section. Here I decided that that arm isn't in the right place. I cut it off and put a little lower because she's really pulling her left shoulder back, really extremely back. I don't know how she's having her elbow and her arm and the hand laying on the ground. It's very difficult to do that. That's why I call this one the extreme pose. So that looks about right as far as the left arm is concerned. So now I have to rebuild the muscles for the left shoulder. Got a groove to add some warm clay to help infusing it. Here I'm double checking the pose. I have to put all the pieces together to make sure that all those contact points are in the proper place. That looks pretty good. I was trying to get these videos to 15 minutes so I can work on it on my iPad and just upload it from my iPad. I did that to the last video, but unfortunately I have to take this back to the computer and upload it, which is fine. Making these videos is a lot of work, especially when I have to add voiceovers and stuff like that. But I don't mind. It'll help me learn the anatomy a little bit better while I'm talking about it, because the way you learn is to do it and repeat it, and little by little, all the muscles would stay in my brain because I'm saying it. And before, when I was doing it or reading it and not saying it out loud, and you can forget them very quickly. So here's I'm fusing the head. I don't know how long it's gonna hold because I didn't reinforce it really much, but it's okay. I think later on I add another screw there, if I'm not mistaken. Working on the trapezius muscles. And some more clay for indicating the left scapula. Some for the right one. That's where the acromion processes, I'm working on those, make sure they're properly formed. On her right arm, because she lifted her arm, there's a lot of, folding of the muscles over there. Here I'm removing some of the excess clay under the left armpit, trying to indicate the latissimus dorsi under her arm, where there's a bulge over there that's to be indicated. And the biceps. With the way her arm is all twisted, the left, actually both of them, I was having difficulty deciding where the muscles need to go, because with that pose, the muscles are all twisting and trying to go to their proper insertion and origin points, like the biceps, needs to go to scapula. Here I'm working on the triceps. Also, triceps go underneath the arm, and I think one of the head hooks up to the scapula, also near the socket, the joint. Here I'm indicating the area where the deltoids and the pectoral muscles meet. There's a little indentation by the clavicle, and it looks like a little hole. You can put your finger in there and you can feel it. I'm trying to indicate where the acromion process is. Scapula comes up, meets the clavicle right there, and the deltoid muscles spread from there to the arm. Here I'm making some indication of cleidomastoid, no, sternocleidomastoid. That's the one that goes from the pit of the neck to the back of the ears. On the trapezius muscles. That is where the C7 cervical bone shows up, the back of the neck. And there's a low spot, tendons over there. Really, there's not much of a muscles, and so you can peel the bone there. So I'm indicating where there would be a bit of a low spot there, where the C7 is, cervical vertebra. Adding some more muscles for the posterior deltoid, muscles that go from the scapula to the humerus. Adding more muscles for the left deltoid, posterior section of it. Here, try to indicate where the biceps go under the arm. That part that I'm scraping, it's almost like flat area. Bicep is on top and the triceps in the bottom. These are the deltoids, anterior section of it. Bit of pectoralis major muscles going to the deltoids from the breast area all the way to the arm. All right, that's about it for this video. I see you guys in the next video. Cheers.